Hey guys, Cam here from Pocket-lint, and the new iPhones are here. Plus, they're running the latest versions of Apple's software, optimised for these big-screened, skinny-bezeled phones. We've been using the phones for the past week or so and found a few things you'll want to know. Now, first up in all these tips is getting by without the home button. Now, if you've not used an iPhone without a home button before, there are a few basic things you'll need to relearn. If you've used an iPhone 10, you'll be used to these, so you can skip to the next bit. I'm going to go through these quite quickly, so feel free to press that pause button. Now, you go to your home screen by swiping up from the bottom of the screen. You go to multitasking by swiping up and then holding in the middle. Control Center is accessible by swiping down from the top right, and Notification Center is swiping down from the middle. Taking a screenshot is achieved by pressing the wake sleep button and the volume up button together quickly. You can switch your phone off by pressing and holding the wake sleep button and the volume down button together. And finally, launch Apple Pay by double clicking your wake sleep button. Now we've got those out the way, let's get to number 2, creating and using your Memoji. Now, making a Memoji is quite easy. Head to Messages, tap on the little app icon, and then tap on the little monkey icon, and then hit the plus button. Now you can create a character by choosing face shape, skin color, hairstyle, facial hair, eye color, and much more. Now you can fine-tune a lot of the color tones, and once you have done that, you can create an animated recorded video, and then send it to someone in an iMessage. Now, to use it as a replacement for your face, just in case you feel your Memoji is better than your real life one, open Messages, tap on the camera icon, and then press that star button in the bottom corner. Now choose the monkey and then select your Memoji before tapping the close button and taking a selfie. It'll replace your head when it detects it and mimic your expressions. Press the blue arrow to send it. Number 3 is adjusting your portrait mode depth. Open any of your photos that you've shot in portrait mode and tap Edit. A depth slider should appear at the bottom of the screen. Swipe across it to adjust the blur strength. It's that simple. Next up is deliver notifications quietly. By default, all of your apps will light up your lock screen with new notifications. But if you want your apps to send notifications straight to Notification Center without alerting you, just swipe left on a notification or group of notifications and select Manage before tapping Deliver Quietly. Now there'll be no alerts or app badges, but you can still find them by going into Notification Center when it suits you. Number 5 is setting app limits. Now, screen time is one of Apple's new features in iOS 12. It lets you manage how much time you spend staring at your phone, and it lets you set limits on particular app groups. Now, if you go to Settings and Screen Time, then choose the App Limits option. Now choose a category like social media or games, and then choose how much time you want to limit to those kinds of apps each day. When you hit the limit, the icons grey out, and when you try to launch them, you get a full screen graphic telling you that your limit has been reached. Number 6 is selecting Always Allowed apps. Now, by default, some necessary apps are lumped in with categories, and so you want to free them from their limits. Take WhatsApp or Facebook Messenger for example, they get lumped in with social messaging apps. So go to Settings, Screen Time, Always Allowed, and then select which apps you want to have unrestricted access to. Number 7 is scheduling downtime. Now, similar to app limits but much wider, in the Screen Time settings select Downtime. This effectively restricts access to pretty much every app. Toggle it on and then choose a schedule for when only specific apps and phone calls are allowed to be used. Now, next is Siri shortcuts, and as of right now it's not available in full, it's in beta, but you can still make use of some of its features by heading to Settings and then Siri and Search. You'll see a short list of pre-programmed shortcuts the phone has made based on your own popular actions. Tap the All Shortcuts menu option to see a much longer list. Now, by creating them, you can just wake Siri up, give it the appropriate command, and it'll perform the function, like checking the weather in a third-party app like Carrot Weather, or sending a message to someone on WhatsApp rather than iMessages. Next is using your keyboard as a trackpad, and just like iOS 11, thanks to its pressure-sensitive touchscreen, you can force press on the keyboard to turn it into a trackpad, and then move the cursor around. But because the iPhone XR is coming without the pressure-sensitive screen, you can also just long press the spacebar if you want to, and it achieves the same effect. Number 10 is quick punctuation. It might not be the newest feature, but it's a cool tip. To quickly punctuate your sentences after typing the word you want, press and hold the number button to the left of the spacebar. Swipe across to the comma or the exclamation mark or the question mark, then let go and it'll go back to the regular keyboard for you to carry on typing without missing a beat. Number 11 is launching the camera from the lock screen, and you can swipe from right to left on the lock screen as normal, but you can also just force press the little camera icon in the bottom right. Next up is saving a normal photo alongside your Smart HDR ones. Now by default the Smart HDR feature is on, and it boosts the quality and colour of images in harsh lighting conditions. But you can switch it off if you head to settings and then camera and then toggle it off. Or leave it on and then choose the option beneath it to save a normal photo alongside the Smart HDR one, and then you can see the difference that it makes. Lastly, there's Do Not Disturb at bedtime. Now the Do Not Disturb feature has had a little bit of a revamp, allowing you to activate it along with your bedtime clock, sleep time and morning alarm. Dimming your screen and all calls and notifications are silenced until the morning. Just head to settings, Do Not Disturb, and then toggle the bedtime switch, but make sure you've got bedtime activated as well. So those are just a few of the tips you need to try on your new iPhone XS. There are dozens more that we've listed in our written guide, which you can see from clicking the link below. I've been Cam, I'm at Cam Bunton on social media. Bye for now.